Hello, I am Michelle Osorio from KawiSafi Ventures. I'm thrilled to share this presentation with the AFSIC conference and wish I could have been there in person, meeting many of our partners and colleagues who are there, as well as finding new opportunities for collaboration. We at KawiSafi Ventures are here to tackle the dual challenges of climate change and poverty. While investors in the US and Europe speak of an energy transition to bring cleaner technologies to already existing supply and connectivity, in Africa, we need to grow both our supply and our reach dramatically, and we need to do it sustainably. It is an immense challenge as well as an extraordinary opportunity. When KawiSafi Fund 1 had our first close in 2016, we were one of the first early growth investors into distributed renewable energy solutions, following the seed and early stage investing by our partners at Acumen Fund and other early catalysts. By late 2020, the off-grid sector had grown to a $1.75 billion annual market, serving 420 million users. The sector has evolved and matured, leading to new and distinct opportunities that I will talk about in a moment. I want to highlight the urgency on both the climate and poverty impacts that we are working toward. There is a renewed commitment to the climate challenge over the past 18 months by governments, funders, and entrepreneurs that we are absolutely thrilled to see. However, there are nearly 1 billion people living in poverty in sub-Saharan Africa. They are disproportionately at risk from climate change. It is imperative to keep a focus on these twin challenges and invest in opportunities that provide pathways out of poverty and do so sustainably. We are very proud of our current portfolio of 9 companies, some of whom are participating in the conference today. We can break these investments into the following segments. Residential energy. These 3 pioneering companies offer solar home systems and related solutions that electrify households and provide essential lighting and access to energy directly to individuals. CNI Solar comprises solutions that support businesses with off-grid energy access, or access to more reliable, affordable, and clean power for their small to mid-sized businesses. In this segment, we are also invested in cold chain solutions for agricultural applications. The third pillar covers some of the technologies and solutions which drive these products and services and allow them to achieve true scale. Our current investments include Lendable, a rapidly growing alternative financing company, Opus Solutions, a solar panel manufacturer driving groundbreaking innovation, and Angaza, the leading provider of paygo software solutions. All of these investments represent business models that have clear positive impacts on people living in poverty and in fighting climate change, as well as the potential to become regional, if not global, leaders and provide strong financial returns. We are proud to report that to date, since the time of our investment, this portfolio has impacted 121 million lives with energy access, of which 53 million are in Kenya and Rwanda. They have averted 21 million tons of carbon dioxide. We report quarterly to our investors on these portfolio impacts. We recognize the call to action coming out of the pandemic, which has had lasting impact on vulnerable populations as well as global supply chains. We've been working closely with our companies in this challenging time and recognize sectoral efforts to provide debt and other forms of support, including the recently launched Energy Access Relief Fund. KawiSafi's Technical Assistance Fund is supported by the Green Climate Fund to support companies in the areas of consumer protection and gender diversity. Impact and ESG are embedded into our investment process and always have been. We work with our Acumen colleagues to develop our impact methodology, along with consulting firm 60 Decibels, and have built our ESG frameworks with Bukani Impact Collective. We release an annual assurance statement aligned with the IFC operating principles for impact management. Impact and ESG are assessed in our early investment evaluations, included in our formal due diligence procedures, in our investment documentation, and evaluated periodically through regular monitoring and board engagement. Compared to where we started 5 years ago, our outlook for the sector has shifted to reflect the maturation of certain subsegments and the emergence of new ones. There is a very exciting confluence of technology and local presence, which is required to push the access and inclusivity of new technology and new businesses. We are focusing on energy transition and growth, our core business of energy access, and all the technologies required to build scale, and efficiency. Energy productivity, emerging tools to deploy energy in ways that increase productivity, whether in agriculture, appliances, mechanization, or a broad array of applications. Sustainable mobility and logistics, covering the electrification of transport, charging infrastructure, and tools to optimize supply chains and distribution networks. We held an insight session on battery technology uptake in East Africa during Q2, and are planning a session on local business models for sustainable mobility during Q4. We see energy as a profoundly enabling technology that drives access to essential goods and services and allows for economic empowerment. We are excited about this opportunity and hope to collaborate with many of you to take it forward. Our Nairobi-based team is always eager to meet entrepreneurs, investors, and other stakeholders in the sector. Thank you for your time and attention. You can find us online at KawiSafi.com, KawiSafi.com. My direct contact information was just on the screen and should also be available through the conference platforms. Thank you and have a great conference.